Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about NNDM stock spiking up because Nano Dimension has finally landed an official acquisition with an AI artificial intelligence technology company, just like I said they would. So does this news mean that you should sell NNDM because it spiked, or should you buy more? Also, what is Cathie Wood's ARK Invest doing with NNDM stock and WKHS stock right now? Well, to find out all of these answers and more about Nano Dimension's acquisition, simply stay tuned, press the like button for NNDM stock, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe if you are new for more stock news updates, and let's make you some free money with Webull. Webull is a free brokerage app where you can buy and sell stocks, options, and cryptocurrencies, but right now you can get 2 free stocks with Webull. You can get the first free stock, which can be worth anywhere from $2 to $250 for just creating an account, and you can get a second free stock, which can be worth up to $1,600 if you invest $100 or more on your first deposit. You will have a 1 in 100 chance of getting stocks like Facebook, Starbucks, or Snapchat, and you have a 1 in 50 chance of getting stocks like Google or Procter & Gamble. To get this offer, just press on the link in my description box down below, but do it quickly because this offer will not last forever. And without further ado, let's get into today's stories. Nano Dimension, ticker symbol NNDM, is an industry-leading 3D printer of high-performance electronic devices, and today they have announced that they have signed a contract to acquire DeepCube, which is a world leader in machine learning and deep learning technology. Nano Dimension will be paying around $40 million in cash and $30 million in American depository shares, which is an interesting approach considering that Nano Dimension has the money available to flat out buy this company outright. DeepCube is going to be a great addition to Nano Dimension because DeepCube has amazing patented technology for complex algorithms to improve data analysis. DeepCube's learning-based artificial intelligence systems are faster and more accurate, which will increase the overall system's performance by up to 10 times, just from the introduction of their technology and deep learning models into Nano Dimension's applications. And now that Nano Dimension is officially acquiring their company, DeepCube's staff will now be at Nano Dimension's disposal, such as their scientists, engineers, and veterans of defense forces. Now here is where a huge connection can be drawn from one of my previous videos that said that Nano Dimension will acquire a company which specializes in artificial intelligence technology, and it just so happens that the founder of DeepCube is a deep learning AI specialist that we have talked about before back in January. And his name is Dr. Eli David, who is actually a director on the board of directors of Nano Dimension. When Dr. David was brought onto Nano Dimension's board of directors a few months ago, it was obvious that NNDM wanted to advance their systems with complex AI learning, and Dr. David is just the man to do it with his vast connections and knowledge in AI technology. However, I did not predict that Dr. David was going to be the founder of the company that Nano Dimension eventually acquires. The CEO of Nano Dimension had to say this about the acquisition, and I quote, "Similar supply chain issues as described recently in the public media in relation to the semiconductor industry are hovering over the printed circuit board fabrication and assembly industries. Those segments are even more subject to margins pressure due to the Far East low labor cost and non-free market effects on the capital intensity and pricing mechanisms. Moreover, the PCB industry is directly affected by the issues of the chip components shortage. Nano Dimension's vision is to establish Industry 4.0 solutions, which entail building an AI distributed digital fabrication application rather than just building machines as capital equipment. The AI distributed electronic fabrication application will enable a totally environmentally and ecologically friendly digital control of the supply chain for high-performance electronic devices or very high-performance AME 3D printed PCBs, which are printed circuit boards." The Nano Dimension CEO goes on to say, the core of this solution will be DeepCube's AI brain that is expected to manage a neural network of edge devices, self-learning and self-improving their efficacy, and self-managing and maximizing yield throughout the total network. Nano Dimension machines shipping today, and especially next generation devices which are under development, will be edge devices in the digital fabrication neural network solution as described above. Basically, Nano Dimension will use this new AI deep learning technology to make their current 3D printers and future technologies more efficient. Nano Dimension's CEO ends with this, and I quote, "Think about the personal computers of 1988 to 1998, which metamorphosed from a standalone personal device to an edge device of the local area networks, then the wide area networks, then the internet, and eventually the cloud." Nano Dimension's Industry 4.0 vision means the eventuality of maintaining inventory of high-end electronic devices in digital form. Print them as you need them, where you need them, only the quantity you need in the best quality at competitive prices, as it is done in the highest yield and throughput possible for that point in time, specifically in high mix, low volume scenarios. Now Dr. David, who is now Nano Dimension's Chief Technology Officer, had to say this about the acquisition, and I quote, "Over the last 18 months, DeepCube has been negotiating with a few of the world-leading integrated circuits and central processing unit manufacturers, which are still hoping to adopt its unique AI technology for dramatically improving the efficiency of deep learning deployments in the real world. Those opportunities will be pursued as a part of Nano Dimension's strategy. However, we believe we shall reinforce our proof of concepts for those large players by joining forces with Nano Dimension. This is the most exciting opportunity for us, since we believe that our advanced AI capabilities combined with Nano Dimension's unique technological edge can realize the Industry 4.0 vision and revolutionize the entire AME industry. Put in simple terms, DeepCube's machine learning technology will enhance Nano Dimension's products to where now, thanks to DeepCube, some high-profile CPU manufacturers will be very interested in Nano Dimension's products and technology if they can properly use the AI technology to achieve their Industry 4.0 vision. Because of this acquisition, Nano Dimension will be holding an investor call on Friday, April 23rd at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to be on that call, make sure to dial the correct numbers on screen and call in at least 5 minutes early. Participants on the call will be required to state their name and company, but if you can't make the call, a replay will be available around 1 hour after the meeting. So if you cannot make the initial call, you can always re-listen to it later. Naturally, I always leave a link to my resources in the description box down below so you can access the same form that is currently on screen for more information. I do wish Nano Dimension would have landed a larger acquisition, and I am surprised that the stock only shot up initially around 15%, however it only kept around 6 to 7% of its gains, and it was not enough to break its downtrend, which is likely to resume. So some people can use this stock rally to get back some of their losses, or if you have a deep conviction about Nano Dimension and their technology, you can hold for the long term, but the choice is yours. However, before you make a decision, we should take a look at what Cathie Wood's ARK Invest is doing with NNDM stock, because recently, ARK's ARKQ ETF bought over 500,000 more NNDM shares, along with 496,000 Workhorse shares. Not to mention, ARK also bought over 616,000 shares of 3D Systems, which is another 3D printing company, but it does something slightly different than Nano Dimension. I am just showing that Cathie Wood has high convictions for various 3D printing companies, and Nano Dimension is one of them. Also, I want to add that ARK's new Space ARKX ETF added over 230,000 more WKHS shares, which is a stock that I've owned for a while that ARK seems to like, and I bought them before ARK was a well-known company. Or you could just wait it out and see what happens with NNDM stock in the future. Or if you want lower risk, just invest into an ETF that has NNDM shares in it already, which is what I do. Remember to like this video right now for NNDM stock, comment your thoughts down below, subscribe if you are new, and I will see all of you in the next YT video.